So guys, welcome back to Tech Savvy with Rahman. So because there is a rain event, AWS rain event going on this week or last week, I forgot. So I want to share with you tips to become solution architect, especially at AWS. I am Rahmat Ibo. I am the founder and solution architect of Tech Savvy with Rahmat and ex-solution architect at AWS. Disclaimer: this is my own opinion, not affiliated with any organizations. So that's a huge disclaimer. So this is me. I am Rahatibo. I have 7 cloud certifications. This is my achievement. I already saved 5,800 monthly in the best spending by improving service implementation on one of the unicorn in ASEAN. My skills are broad from data analysis, cloud computing, AWS, Google Cloud, multi-region, and cloud migration. You can see this. So what is solution architect, by the way? So an AWS solution architect is a professional who designs, builds, deploys, and maintains business applications and critical infrastructure within the AWS cloud. They serve as a liaison between the business needs and the technological solutions of Amazon. Here are some key responsibilities. They help shape and deliver strategies to build and grow the user base of Amazon's utility cloud computing web services. They evaluate the business needs of an organization and determine how those needs can be supported. They leverage software, hardware, and infrastructure to develop solutions. They ensure in IT and business operations are aligned when developing and implementing technical solutions. They own technical engagement, ensuring timely and successful value delivery. They own the planning, execution, and technical engagement and outcomes of specific implementation projects and assignment. And this is the salaries that I got from the levels.fyi. So the SA in AWS starts at L4. You can be the associate and the SA and then the senior and then the principal, and some is senior principal. So L4 until L8 recorded on levels.fyi. Is it true or not? I cannot say it, but this is what levels.fyi taught us. Next, what is skills required to be solution architect? I could say that a good solution architect is the one who masters 3 domains. First is the cloud computing domain. So you need to design a solutions that is easy to maintain by the sysadmin. So the administrator can maintain it easily. It can be deployed using some kind of automation, for example, like Terraform, Pulumi, Crossplane, the CloudFormation, you name it. There's a lot of tools to do the automations. And for the maintainability, uh you need to make the surface that is easy to maintain. So for example, the needs only needs to do serverless. You need to know where is the sweet spot between using the serverless, using the your own server, maintaining your own servers. Is it IaaS, infrastructure as a service, or platform as a service, and so on? So you need to know the cloud computing domain. You need to master it. You also need to know the developer domain. So you can propose a solutions has that has a low low learning curve. So developer can learn how to use the service easily, learn how to deploy it easily. For example, in Amazon, you have some SNS, simple notification service, and there's a lot of things that is easy, that is well documented and easy to be built, to test, That's it. You can mock the test using some kind of tools. That's why you need to have an expert at developer domain. You also need to know a business domain because my own opinion, technology is the one who supports business. So you need to propose a solution that has high ROI, has high rate of investments. Uh, Smart people is the one who plays with trade-off. So these solutions have this kind of trade-off. Oh, if I implemented these solutions, the ROI will be low, but the learning curve of developer is is really low. So it is good for fast-moving decision-making feature that we need to propose. That's why you need to have some kind of these three domain expertise so you can play with trade-offs. So when you face a customer have their own bias. If you talk to CEO, I only care about ROI. I, as a CEO, only care about ROI. You need to propose a solution that is have a huge ROI. But if you talk to CTO, I want to serve my developer. I want to have solutions that have a low learning curve, so my developer can make it easily. That is why you need to master this three domain. The cloud computing domain is the foundation one. You need to master the cloud computing domain no matter what. That is what SA do. You need to have expertise at cloud computing domain. That's the foundation. There will be two track, the business domain and developer domain. It's up to you, but a good one who have mastered these other two domains. So you need to know the bias of your customer. What is the book recommendations? If you, so this is my recommendations. You need to know the solution architect handbook. You need to read it, but it is written by this director solution architect forward by this one. So by him. This is a good one. You need to read it. What else? You also need to know the customer success professional handbook. Why? Because you are a customer success. AWS is the pre-sales. You need to know how to sell your solution. That is why you need to read it. You need to know the business. You need to read how to start your own business. I have this book. These two books, I have it on paper. You can see that where is it? Ah, I have these two books. Yeah, how to start your own business and the customer success handbook. The other two, I don't have it, but that is also you need to know the system design. Not gonna lie, if you want to design a system, you need to know the system design interview by Byte Go Alex Shu. Solutions architect case study. For example, a background, any company over 20 plus years has built a multi-billion-dollar empire through development of new technologies and most recently acquisitions, and now operates in almost every industry imaginable. The current objective of any company has such a product and wants to move the on-premise says three-tier web application to the cloud. Their SaaS product, their current setup consists of a fleet of web servers on premises to serve content, MySQL database to store content, jobs to process logs. What could cloud computing supposed to fix? They sometimes experience outage due to heavy web traffic. Users have complained that the user's experience is too slow especially if they live on the West Coast. The problem, so I can make a sort of the problems. A cloud migration, migrating to AWS cloud services, reduce service outage during web high traffic, reduce web latency, especially on the West Coast. Architecting the solutions. We need to think scale out instead of scale up. Increase the number of instances to scale, make use of load balancer and auto scaling for elasticity. We need to design application as a collection of service. Each application layer must be independent and treated as a service. Each service have to run in independent instance. This is the proposed architecture. We need to use the root 53 DNS. So we need to use the domain name system. Why? Because when we are talking to computer, we as a human didn't know, only know the name, not the IP. The IP can change, but the name cannot. Also, there's also some kind of additional feature of this DNS. I will not talk about it. We need to use CloudFront CDN. So for the static files, we put it on the S3 bucket. There is an issue within the East Coast, the West Coast. So we need to use CDN so the static files can be served easily. So this one, if want to implement it correctly, we need to use multi-region deployment. So we deploy it on the region on the East Coast and the West Coast. But for sake of simplicity, so just use a strict load balancer. There will be three tier. First is the front end, and then the back end, and the database layer. So that is the sample of proposed cloud architecture. FAQ. Do solution architect in Amazon needs to have coding skills? Well, it is not strictly necessary to have coding skills to become an AWS solution architect. Understanding programming can be beneficial. Some of architects have a software development background, but some are not. However, getting started and learning AWS doesn't necessarily require any coding skills, as many basic tasks can be performed without coding because you can use console. In short, you don't need to know how to code to become solution architect. Having some programming knowledge can be a valuable asset. I know some SA that cannot do the code because SA only propose solutions and architect. They're not doing any coding to their customer directly because it is prohibited. But you need to know the coding if you want to have some kind of POC. But if you cannot use POC, there is an AWS example to use it as a POC. So you don't need to have any coding skills. All of the POC that you need, you can request it. I'm not lying. This is my personal experience, and you can use the public one on the AWS samples. Next is, do solution architect in Amazon needs to have certifications? Of course. Solution architect are generally expected to have cloud certifications. The one is a great starting point is AWS certified solution architect associate. So you need to have at least one. At least one. It is really good if you have additional one. And multi-cloud. I have 7 cloud certifications from ranging. I have all of the foundation, AWS foundational, and the associates. I also have the cloud engineer by Google Cloud. I also have Terraform. I am Terraform certified. So if customers ask me about the automations, I know I already have certificate about it. If the customer wants to know about cybersecurity, I have CompTIA Security Plus. It is certifications by CompTIA. Yeah, you know CompTIA. If you don't know CompTIA, you are not good enough at a software development. The next is we have reached the end. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others by Tom Ford. This is my business email, rahmatwi@techsavvy.id. So see you on the next video. I'm gonna stop the recording. Boom.